Chosen one, something cracked wide open in the spiritual realm last night. An ancient spell that had your name written all over it just shattered into a million pieces, and the people who cast it, they woke up this morning with a pit in their stomach they cannot explain. Their hands are shaking. Their sleep has been disturbed. They feel it in their bones that something has shifted, and they are terrified because they know exactly what they did to you. What I am about to share with you is going to validate everything you have been sensing, every weird feeling, every moment where you thought, am I going crazy? Every time your intuition screamed at you that something was off. Here it is, the confirmation you have been waiting for, because the universe wants you to know that the war that was being waged against you in the shadows has officially ended. The spell is broken, the chains have dissolved, and now it is their turn to experience what they tried to put on you. Think of it like this. Imagine someone trying to hold a beach ball underwater for over a year. They pushed and pushed and pushed with everything they had. Their arms got tired, their energy drained, and then suddenly their grip slipped. That beach ball just launched into the sky with a force they never anticipated. That beach ball is you. And you are rising so fast right now that everyone who tried to keep you down is looking up with their mouths wide open. Let me take you back to where this all began, because this did not start yesterday. This attack on your energy, your confidence, your very essence has been running in the background like a virus for months, maybe even years, and it targeted the most precious thing you possess, the light inside of you. See, there is something about you that makes certain people incredibly uncomfortable. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts, energy restructures itself around you. People feel something they cannot explain, and most of them are drawn to that warmth, that magnetism, that glow. But a small group of them, they recognized what you carry, and it made them sick with envy. So they made a decision. If they could not have your light, they would try to dim it. The strategy was sinister and calculated. They knew they could not come for you directly. Someone like you would see through that immediately. So they went underground. They attacked your self-esteem. They planted seeds of doubt in your mind. They created situations designed to make you question your own sanity, your own worth, your own perception of reality. And the weapon of choice, making you feel crazy. Think about it. How many times in the past year have you been called too much, too sensitive, too intense? How many times has someone twisted a situation so thoroughly that you walked away wondering if you were the problem? How many times have you caught yourself apologizing for things that were never your fault? This was not coincidence. This was coordinated spiritual warfare, and you were the target. But here is what they did not count on. They underestimated the warrior spirit that lives inside of you. They saw your kindness and mistook it for weakness. They saw your willingness to see the good in people and thought they could exploit it forever. They had no idea that every single attack they launched was actually activating something ancient within you, something powerful, something unstoppable. Let me tell you about the physical symptoms you have been experiencing, because this is where it gets really real. Some of you have been dealing with issues around your head, headaches that come out of nowhere, pressure at your temples, a strange heaviness at the top of your skull. Maybe your skin has been acting up in ways it never has before, breaking out around your forehead, scalp issues that seem to appear overnight, ringing in your ears that started during this same period, dizziness that medical tests cannot explain. This was not random. When someone attacks your crown, when they try to interfere with your connection to source, your body responds. Those symptoms were evidence of the battle being waged. Your physical form was processing the spiritual assault, and the fact that you are still standing, the fact that you did not crumble completely, that is testimony to the power you carry. They threw everything at you, and you are still here. Now let me expose what these people were really after, because it goes deeper than jealousy, it goes deeper than competition. These individuals made agreements in dark places. They traded pieces of their own souls for temporary advantages, and part of that agreement included one specific assignment: bring you down. Think about the nature of their attacks. They did not just want to see you fail, they wanted to see you destroyed from the inside out. They wanted you doubting your gifts. They wanted you second-guessing your intuition. They wanted you so beaten down that you would never step into the role you were born to play. Because these people understand something that maybe you have not fully grasped yet. The threat you represent to their entire operation is massive. When you operate at full capacity, when your confidence is intact, when your light shines without obstruction, you activate other people. Just by being in your presence, sleeping souls wake up. People start questioning narratives they were fed. Lies that had been accepted as truth suddenly look suspicious. You are like a walking truth serum. And for people whose entire existence depends on deception, you are their worst nightmare. So they came for your confidence specifically, because confidence is your operating system. When your self-esteem is high, you move differently, you speak differently, you create differently, you manifest differently. They figured out that if they could just damage that foundation, everything else would crumble, make you insecure enough and maybe you would stay quiet. Make you doubt yourself enough and maybe you would stay small, make you feel crazy enough and maybe you would stop trusting the very gifts that make you dangerous to their plans. But something happened that they never anticipated. The more they pushed, the more something inside of you began to push back, not in an aggressive way, not in a way they could see coming, but in a quiet, steady rebuilding that has been happening beneath the surface of your awareness. Here is the truth about what the past several months have actually been. Yes, it was an attack. Yes, it was designed to break you, but it was also the most intense inner child healing you have ever experienced. Every wound they pressed on connected you to pain you buried decades ago. 5 years old, 7 years old, 9 years old. They took you back to moments you thought you had processed and forgotten, and it hurt. God, it hurt so much. There were days when you felt like you were literally fighting for your life, not physically, but spiritually and emotionally. The depression hit different this time. The loneliness felt deeper. The confusion was thicker. You found yourself in a fetal position, rocking yourself, trying to self-soothe through something you could not even name, and you wondered if you would ever come out of it. You genuinely questioned whether you had what it takes to survive this season, but survival was never in question, because what was actually happening was a purification. Every tear you cried was releasing something old. Every sleepless night was processing trauma that had been locked in your system since childhood. Every breakdown was actually a breakthrough in disguise. The enemy meant it for evil, but it was being worked for your good without them even realizing it. Now let me tell you about the people you thought were your people, because this is where the betrayal cuts deepest. Some of you entered connections with individuals you genuinely believed were on your wavelength. Creative collaborators, spiritual allies, people who seem to understand the mission you are on. And for a moment, it felt like you had found your tribe. What a beautiful illusion that was. These people studied you, they learned your language, they figured out what made you light up and they mirrored it back perfectly. They seemed so aligned with your values, your vision, your frequency, but it was a costume. Underneath that mask was something much darker. And their assignment was simple: get close enough to gather information, then use it against you. The lies they told were not small. These were pathological, systematic, ongoing deceptions. They lied about who they were, they lied about what they were doing, they lied about their intentions, and they lied about you to other people when you were not around. The crazy thing, they tell so many lies that they cannot even keep track of them anymore. They have forgotten half the things they said, but you remember, because those lies affected your life. Those lies damaged your reputation. Those lies cost you opportunities and relationships and peace of mind. Something shifted recently though. The veil got pulled back. Maybe you decided to dig a little deeper. Maybe you looked someone up, and what you found did not match the story they had been telling. Maybe information came to you through unexpected channels. However it happened, you now have receipts, actual evidence of who these people really are. And what you discovered was even worse than you suspected. We are talking about people who falsify things, people who scam, people who steal and manipulate and build entire personas on quicksand foundations. They bought followers, they fabricated credentials, they created fake testimonials. The public image they project is a complete construction with no substance behind it, and the arrogance of it all. They really thought no one would ever find out. They really believed they could deceive indefinitely. But they forgot who they were dealing with. They forgot that you have eyes that see through curtains. They forgot that your intuition picks up on things before your conscious mind even processes them. They forgot that you can sense something is about to happen 30 seconds before it unfolds. You are psychically tuned in at a level that terrifies people who depend on deception, and now you know the truth about them. Here is what your spirit team wants you to understand about what comes next, because there is a whole army of beings that have been watching over you this entire time. Imagine a scene where you are standing in the light, vivid and clear, and behind you is an entire crowd of figures, guardian angels, ancestors who walked before you, beings from realms you cannot even fully comprehend. They have been there through every attack, every breakdown, every moment when you felt completely alone, and they have been waiting for this exact moment. The season of strategy is over. For so long, you had to move carefully. You had to play chess while others were playing checkers. Every step required calculation. Every word had to be measured. You were surviving in hostile territory, and that required a level of caution that was exhausting. But that season has officially ended. Your guides are saying loud and clear, shoot your shot, do it now. The exit strategy you have been planning, execute it. The people you have been tolerating, cut them off. The boundaries you have been afraid to set, establish them with zero apology. The truth you have been holding, speak it, because you have earned the right to move differently now. The battlefield is changing, the power dynamic is shifting, and hesitation is no longer necessary. These enemies who came for you so relentlessly are about to face consequences they cannot escape. Watch how their relationships start deteriorating. Notice how their finances become unstable. Pay attention to the cracks forming in their carefully constructed facades. This is not you doing anything. This is simply the universe balancing the scales. What they sent out is returning to them multiplied, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. Some of them are already being reported by people who have nothing to do with you. Information about their wrongdoing is surfacing through channels they never anticipated. The cover-up they thought was secure, it is unraveling. The secrets they buried, they are being dug up, and you might not have to do much of anything at all except watch it unfold. Let me speak directly to the creative genius inside of you, because that is another thing they targeted. They wanted to silence your voice. They wanted to block your creative flow. They wanted to create so much chaos in your life that you could not focus on your purpose. And for a while it might have worked. The inspiration that used to flow freely felt blocked. The projects that excited you felt impossible to complete. The vision you had for your impact felt further away than ever. But creativity cannot be destroyed in someone like you. It can only be temporarily disrupted. And even during the disruption, something was happening. Your perspective was deepening. Your empathy was expanding. Your understanding of human nature was becoming more sophisticated. Everything you went through is now fuel for the work you are meant to do. The pain became wisdom. The confusion became clarity. The breakdown became content. You are meant to be on screens, big screens, little screens, devices and billboards and platforms that reach millions, not because you chased fame, but because your message is needed. There are people out there right now who are trapped in the same fog you just escaped. They need someone who has been through it to show them the way out. They need your voice. They need your perspective. They need your unique ability to take complex spiritual truths and make them accessible, and you are almost ready to deliver that at full power. The confidence is returning. Can you feel it? Not the fake confidence that comes from external validation, not the fragile confidence that crumbles when someone criticizes you, Real confidence, the kind that is rooted in knowing exactly who you are and what you carry, the kind that does not need anyone else to believe in you because you believe in yourself so completely. That is what is being restored right now, day by day. Sometimes hour by hour, it is coming back stronger than it was before. These people who tried to make you take your crown off, they wanted you to forget it was ever yours. They pointed at the crown on your head and said things like, "That looks weird on you, and are you sure that belongs to you? And maybe you should just set that down." And in weaker moments you almost believed them. You almost started seeing yourself through their distorted lens. But something in you refused to let go completely. Here is what they do not understand. The crown is not an accessory. It is not something you earned or achieved. It is something woven into your very being by forces far greater than anything they could comprehend. God has been creating that crown for you since before you took your first breath. Every challenge you survived added a jewel. Every lesson you learned strengthened the metal. Every moment you chose love over hate, truth over lies, courage over fear, made it shine brighter. And nothing they did could actually remove it. They could only temporarily make you forget it was there. Remember when you used to imagine things. Remember when you would explore ideas just for the joy of it. Remember when simple things brought you delight. That innocence was stolen from you somewhere along the way. Maybe by these recent attackers, maybe by experiences that happened long before them. You grew up too fast. You learned too young that the world could be harsh, and that wide-eyed wonder that children carry got buried under layers of protection and survival mechanisms. Your inner child is still there, waiting. That little version of you who believed in magic and possibility and dreams coming true did not die. They just went into hiding. And part of what this whole season has been about is calling that part of you back home. Because here is the thing, without access to that childlike energy, manifestation is harder, creativity is forced, joy is rare. But when you reconnect with that innocence while maintaining the wisdom you have gained, you become unstoppable. Imagine your younger self looking at you right now, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 years old, eyes wide with curiosity, heart full of hope, and they see who you have become, all the battles you have fought, all the times you got knocked down and got back up, all the growth and transformation and resilience. What would they feel? They would be so proud of you. They would look at you like a hero, because you are one. The luckiest timeline of your life is activating, starting now, and I know that might be hard to believe after everything you have been through, when you have been beaten down repeatedly, when every time you started to rise something knocked you back, when joy felt fleeting and struggle felt permanent. Optimism can feel naive, but this is not toxic positivity, this is spiritual law. There are seasons in a chosen one's journey where attacks are permitted, where lessons have to be learned through fire, where strength has to be forged under pressure. But those seasons have expiration dates, and yours just hit its end point. The lesson has been completed. The diploma is being handed to you, and now you step into the rewards that have been accumulating on the other side of this trial. Everything you are about to manifest will come faster than expected. Like arrows flying toward their targets, what used to take years will happen in months. What used to take months will happen in weeks. Opportunities will present themselves that you did not see coming. Connections will form that feel divinely orchestrated. Resources will appear from unexpected sources, and the strangest part, it will feel almost too easy after how hard everything has been. Ask for what you want. Your spirit team is literally on the line right now waiting for your request. Think of it like a cosmic customer service call where the representative is not trying to rush you off the phone. They genuinely want to help you. They want to know your desires so they can start coordinating the logistics, better relationships, financial abundance, creative success, physical healing, emotional peace. Whatever it is that would make your life feel complete, name it, because this is your ordering window and it is wide open, but you are still a little shell-shocked, still processing, still integrating everything that has happened. It is like someone who has been in a war zone, suddenly finding themselves in a peaceful meadow. Part of you cannot fully relax yet. Part of you is waiting for the next attack, the next betrayal, the next disappointment. That is completely understandable. Your nervous system has been on high alert for so long that calm feels foreign. Take your time, but also start dreaming again. Start letting yourself want things without immediately talking yourself out of them. Start looking at your future with anticipation instead of dread. The danger has passed. The enemies have been handled. The spell is broken. It is safe now to be excited about your life again. The people who wanted you to feel like you did not belong anywhere are about to watch you take your rightful place. The ones who tried to make you feel like an outsider everywhere you went are about to see doors open for you that they cannot access. The ones who called you crazy and too much and annoying are about to have to explain to themselves why you keep winning while they keep struggling. Here is the beautiful irony. They thought you needed them. They positioned themselves as essential to your journey. They created dynamics where it seemed like you could not survive without their support, their connections, their approval. But the truth was always the opposite. They needed you, your energy, your light, your creativity, your magic. They were feeding off of you this whole time while convincing you that you were the dependent one. Watch what happens now that you have cut the cord. Watch how they start to wither without access to your energy. Watch how their projects stall, their relationships crumble, their carefully maintained images start to crack. Not because you are doing anything to them, simply because they no longer have you as a source to drain. They were parasites posing as partners, and parasites cannot survive once the host walks away. Your angels and ancestors want you to know that you can have whatever you want. Read that again. Whatever you want. Not whatever is realistic, not whatever makes sense, not whatever you can logically justify, whatever you want. The limitations you have accepted were never real. They were suggestions made by people who were invested in keeping you contained, but those people no longer have any authority in your life. Think about the things you stopped letting yourself want, the dreams you dismissed as impractical, the desires you told yourself were selfish, the visions you never spoke out loud because you did not want to be disappointed. Bring them back, dust them off, look at them with fresh eyes, because the version of you that is emerging from this trial is capable of things the old version could never have accessed. The screen is waiting for you, however you interpret that. Maybe it is a literal screen where you share your message with the masses. Maybe it is a metaphorical screen where your work is displayed for the world to see. Maybe it is a stage where you command attention and shift atmospheres. Whatever it is, it belongs to you. Your influence is not something you have to chase. It is something you have to allow. And the only thing that was blocking it was the interference these people were running. There is something else that needs to be addressed. The way they tried to isolate you from your own gifts. Your psychic abilities have always been sharp, almost unnaturally accurate. When something is about to happen, you feel it in your body before your mind catches up. You get downloads of information that you cannot logically explain. You sense energies and intentions that other people completely miss, and this terrified them, so they worked overtime to make you distrust those abilities. Every time you voiced a concern based on intuition, they made you feel paranoid. Every time you called out a lie before you had proof, they accused you of being crazy. Every time you predicted an outcome that later proved correct, they changed the subject or found a way to minimize it. The goal was to sever the connection between you and your own knowing, because as long as you trusted yourself, you could never be fully controlled. That connection is being restored now, stronger than before. The interference has been cleared, the static in the line has gone silent, and what you are about to experience is clarity of perception that will astound you. The downloads will come faster, the insights will be more specific, the knowing will be impossible to doubt, because your third eye was never damaged. It was just temporarily obscured by the spiritual smog these people were generating around you. Let me talk about the timeline you almost got stuck on, because there was a version of reality where their plan worked, where you stayed small and confused and dependent on people who were actively working against you, where you never realized the truth and spent years spinning your wheels in a prison you could not see. That timeline existed as a possibility, and they were doing everything in their power to lock you into it, but you made choices that disrupted their plans. Even in your lowest moments, you kept making small decisions that kept the door to freedom cracked open. Maybe you did not delete that contact when you should have, but you also did not fully commit to the connection. Maybe you stayed in a situation longer than was healthy, but you never stopped questioning whether it was right. That questioning saved you. That tiny flame of discernment that refused to go out no matter how hard they tried to extinguish it. That is what kept you from being trapped permanently. Now that timeline has collapsed completely. It is no longer accessible. The version of you that stays small and confused and under their control does not exist anymore. The only path forward is the one where you rise, where you claim your power, where you become everything they tried to prevent you from becoming. There is no going back, even if you wanted to. The bridge has burned and the only direction is up. Something else has been happening that you might not have noticed. While you were focused on surviving the attacks, your frequency was shifting. The vibration you carry has actually increased during this difficult season. Think about how metal is refined. It has to go through fire to become pure. The heat burns away impurities, and what remains is stronger than what went in. That is exactly what happened to your energy field. The old frequency you used to operate on was good. It was powerful enough to attract attention and trigger the enemy's attacks in the first place. But it still had traces of old programming, limiting beliefs you picked up in childhood, energetic debris from past relationships, patterns of self-sabotage that ran in the background of your operating system. This trial burned all of that away. What remains is a purified version of your original signal, clearer, stronger, more magnetic than ever. This is why manifestation is about to become almost effortless for you. The static has been removed. The channel is clear. When you send out a desire now, there is nothing blocking its transmission. No internal resistance cancelling out your requests. No subconscious beliefs working against your conscious intentions. Just pure signal reaching its destination instantly. The universe has been waiting for you to reach this level of clarity, and now that you have, everything changes. The financial surprise that is coming your way deserves special attention, because money was one of the areas they attacked most aggressively. They wanted you broke and dependent. They wanted you so focused on survival that you could not invest in your growth. They wanted financial stress to be a constant weight on your shoulders, draining your energy and limiting your options. And for a while, it worked. The flow was restricted. Unexpected expenses kept appearing. Opportunities dried up. Income sources became unstable. But that is reversing now, rapidly. Money that was blocked is being released. Debts that felt crushing will become manageable. Income streams that stalled will start flowing again. And there is something extra coming, something you did not plan for or expect. A surprise that will give you breathing room and options you did not have before. Your guides are not giving specific details because they want you to experience the joy of it unfolding unexpectedly, but trust that it is coming soon. The replenishment goes beyond just recovering what was lost. This is not about getting back to zero. This is about being compensated for the pain. The universe keeps detailed accounts. Every tear you cried has been recorded. Every sleepless night has been documented. Every moment of anguish and confusion and heartbreak has been entered into the ledger, and now the balance is being corrected. With interest, what you receive will be more than what was taken, significantly more. Let me address the relationships that are coming, because part of what made this season so painful was the loneliness. The realization that people you trusted were enemies in disguise left you feeling like you could not trust anyone. The isolation felt crushing at times. You wondered if you would ever find your real people, if genuine connections were even possible for someone like you. They are not only possible, they are inevitable. The soul contracts you made before you were born are activating now. People who are meant to walk beside you are being drawn into your orbit as we speak. These are not random connections. These are predestined reunions with members of your spiritual family. People who carry the same frequency, people who understand the mission without you having to explain it, people who will feel like home from the moment you meet them. The difference between these connections and what you experienced before will be stark. There will be no manipulation, no hidden agendas, no sense that something is off that you cannot quite name. Instead, there will be ease, mutual respect, genuine support that asks for nothing in return. Collaborations that multiply both parties rather than draining one to feed the other. This is what you deserve. This is what is coming, and it will heal wounds you did not even know you were carrying. Your voice is being amplified in the spiritual realm right now. Every word you speak carries more weight than it did before. Every intention you set moves energy more powerfully. Every stand you take creates ripples that extend further than you can see. This is why speaking your truth has become so important. The universe is paying attention to what you declare, and it is moving heaven and earth to align with your spoken word. Start declaring what you want out loud. Stop just thinking it, or hoping it, or wishing for it in silence. Open your mouth and let the words come out. I am abundant. I am protected. I am succeeding. I am loved. I am powerful. These are not affirmations to convince yourself of something that is not true. These are declarations of what is already real in the spiritual dimension, spoken into the physical to accelerate its manifestation here. The enemies who are watching from a distance can feel the shift in your energy. They sense that something has changed, even if they cannot name it. The fear that woke them up this morning is growing. Every day you get stronger, their anxiety increases. Every step you take toward your purpose, their foundation shakes a little more. They started something they cannot finish, and now they have to face the consequences of underestimating a chosen one. Some of them will try to come back, with apologies, with explanations, with attempts to reconnect and reposition themselves in your life. They will sense the momentum building around you and suddenly want to be associated with it. The same people who tried to destroy you will show up acting like supporters. The same mouths that spoke against you will try to speak blessings. Do not be fooled twice. Your discernment is sharper than ever now. You will see through these attempts immediately. The masks that used to confuse you will be transparent. The manipulation tactics that used to work will feel obvious and almost insulting in their simplicity. You are not the same person they targeted. You have been upgraded, and the old tricks will not work on this new version. The role you are stepping into requires you to be unbothered by things that used to devastate you. Not cold, not unfeeling, but grounded in a peace that external circumstances cannot shake. When they talk about you, it will not sting the way it used to. When they try to provoke you, the reaction they are looking for will not come. When they plot their next move against you, you will be too busy thriving to even notice. This is the energy of someone who knows they have already won. Not arrogance, not denial. Just quiet confidence that comes from having been tested and having passed. The anxiety about the future fades because you have seen what you are capable of surviving. If you made it through that season, there is nothing ahead that can break you. That knowledge settles into your bones and changes how you carry yourself entirely. Now let me bring this full circle. Remember what I told you at the beginning. An ancient spell shattered. The people who cast it are terrified. The beach ball they tried to hold underwater shot into the sky. All of that is true, but here is the part I saved for now. You broke that spell, not your angels, not God intervening from on high. You, through your refusal to give up, through your persistence in the face of relentless attack, through choosing to get back up one more time when everything in you wanted to stay down, through holding on to hope when hope seemed foolish, through believing in yourself when no one else seemed to. You broke it. The magic was inside you all along. That is what they could never understand. They thought they were fighting a normal person. They thought their tactics would work the way they had worked on others. They did not realize they were up against someone who carries a frequency that cannot be permanently suppressed. Someone whose light regenerates no matter how many times it gets covered. Someone who was born for exactly this kind of battle. Your confidence is not just returning, it is upgrading. The version of self-trust you are developing now is impenetrable. It has been tested by fire and proven real. No one will ever be able to shake it the way these people did, because you learned things during this trial that cannot be unlearned. You now know exactly what manipulation looks like. You now recognize the signs of spiritual attack immediately. You now understand who you are at a level that no external opinion can touch. When you walk into rooms now, people will not just feel something, they will feel everything. The full force of who you are is about to be unleashed, and the ones who tried to dim you are going to have front row seats to your radiance. They will watch you shine and know that they failed. They will see your success and remember that they had the chance to support you and chose betrayal instead. That is their karma. Living with the knowledge of what they could have had versus what they actually got. So stand up, straighten that crown, clear your throat, because you have things to say and a world waiting to hear them. The luckiest season of your life is not coming, it is here, right now, in this moment, and every moment that follows. The enemy worked night and day to attack everything of significance to you. They came for your confidence, your creativity, your connections, your peace. They affected your health, your energy, your mental state. They threw everything they had at you for over a year. And look at you, still standing, still breathing, still believing, still fighting, still ready. If they thought you were something before all of this, they have not seen anything yet, because now you have been forged in the fire. Now you have nothing left to lose. Now you know exactly who your real enemies are. Now you understand the full scope of what you are capable of. And now you are mad enough to go claim everything that belongs to you. Now let me put you onto something real. Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation and attacks while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose. And the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app, it's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative, upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play, and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. What goes around comes around. The universe keeps perfect records, and the balance that is about to restore itself will leave no doubt in anyone's mind that you were always meant to win. Your spirit team is applauding. Your ancestors are celebrating. The heavens are aligned in your favor, and all you have to do is step forward into what has been prepared for you. This is your year. Not in some vague, hopefully, maybe kind of way, in a concrete, inevitable, already written kind of way. The luck is locked in, the blessings are queued up, the opportunities are staged and ready. Your only job now is to show up with your crown on your head and your confidence in your heart. They wanted to silence the mother of dragons. They failed. They wanted to steal your wand, your fire, your magic. They failed. They wanted to turn you into a shell of yourself. They failed. And now they will have to live with the consequences of picking a fight they were never equipped to win. Rise, chosen one. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Not when conditions are perfect. Rise now, because you have already passed the test. The graduation ceremony is happening, and you are the guest of honor. Riddle me this. What happens when everything that was sent against you backfires? What happens when every weapon formed against you fails? What happens when the one they tried to destroy becomes the one who leads the movement? You are about to find out, and so is everyone who ever died.